the belt that was provided to us by StarknightMT. Okay, so we'll take this out of the packaging here. And we'll check out the belt. Now, as you can see, this belt isn't shiny on the edges where it rides on the clutches. It almost has like a suede look to it, you know, dull. But from what I could see, it looks like a pretty nice belt. Be mindful that if you look on the edge of the belt, it'll have a running direction, and we want to put it on there where it's running clockwise, just like that. Okay, so I'll spin around so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna walk back over here and get that clutch. Okay, so clutch, just like this, secondary clutch. Okay, we're gonna check our direction here. So just like that, we're gonna put it on here, like so. Get it up in here, get it spun in place, and then locate. I'm probably putting my head all in your way. Everything locks in place. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and take this tool out of here. The spreader tool for the secondary clutch. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. Yes, and I'm sure you're gonna notice that this is kind of a repeat of like the two-part video that I did earlier on. Well, that's because it was in the wrong format. All right, then you're gonna take this, the primary nut. Let me take it out. The primary nut, which looks like this. Secondary clutch nut, which looks like this. Put it back in there, up in there, and you're gonna spin it to the right, which is gonna tighten it up. All right, 36mm socket. I'm going to take this and spin it clockwise. Okay. And that's to get the belt to sit right and it's back to its tight position. Okay. Now we need to go get our primary clutch. Alright, now, okay, now I'm going to take this, stick it up in there. You got to spin it because there's a hex that has to line up. Okay, I'm going to put this primary nut back on here. I'm gonna try to stay out of the way, but I don't know how well that's gonna go. Okay. All right, now 32mm socket and reverse is going to tighten that. Okay. I'd imagine that's probably good. Okay. Now we're swapping over to the 18mm socket. Okay, because we got to put this bolt here back in the primary. All right, and there's that first stage of threads. I like to just use hand thread it through that and then start it in the crank by hand. Okay, now I'm starting it in the crank. All right. And as I said before, we just got to reverse this process. So if you see this right here, this is the smaller side, not as thick. So this in here goes on the secondary side. And this here is your primary clutch side. But we're gonna take the secondary side in first, and we're gonna go up with that. And then in, and then over, spin, and then you can shove it on, like so. Now we gotta put the 9 8mm bolts, cover bolts,